Another Hood Fibers classic. Another Hood Fibers classic.
Yes, 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 yes. You already know what time it is. It's your favorite couple. You know, I'm one half of the Medlock show. I got my wife in the background. She on the cameras, y'all. Shout out to the wifey. Holding us down. That's a fact. Right now, we got a special guest. This brother right here, I've been wanting to do this interview for a while. I wanted to shine a light on what he's doing. I wanted to shine a light on how amazing the services at his establishment is as well. I've been knowing this brother since 2016.
Yeah, I think it was like
16.
16.
Yes,
16.
2016. And I watched the growth. I'm very happy to see the growth. And without further ado, we got the brother, the big homie, H, a.k.a. H3, in the building. I call you H. But if you want the people to know, you know, give them your government however you want to do it, man. This is a authentic show right here, bro. We do what we do. Like we do it for pay-per-view, not TV. But anyway, H is in the building. What's good?
What's good, man?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm just excited to be here. Just trying to get my mic right so I can get right. Okay. You know, I'm excited to be here. It's always been an idea of mine to have you on the show and just let people see who you are, your business, what you offer to the community out here in Houston. And I'm just grateful for you to be on the show. So shout out to you for being on the show.
Yeah, likewise.
So for those of you who don't know, my man H is a barber. Hands down the best barber in Houston, in Texas, period. Put your money up, put your house up, whatever you want to do. You don't do competitions, right?
No, I don't do competitions.
So he don't do competitions. He just lace nigga shit, and that's just that. That's all. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But just for starters, right? Just tell us like where you from. You know what I'm saying? And give us a little bit about, you know, history, the background, or whatnot.
Hold on a bit. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I grew up in South Central area.
South Central?
Yeah, I'm from South Central.
I knew you was from LA, but I didn't know you was from South Central.
Yeah. So I grew up in the J's, in the jungles.
Suwu till we through?
You crazy. Nah, but I grew up in there, man. You know, when my pops was around, that's where we was staying at the time, you know. I've been, you know, in California all my teens, my whole teens. I left around when I was in my 20s though. But
okay.
Being from California, man, it's definitely hard to live out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now, and just how like gentrification has changed. When I came back, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that wasn't there that is there now. As far as, like, you know, it's a lot of Hispanics and whites that actually stay in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And, you know, you got people walking the dog and stuff, and I'm just like, man, this is different. It was a little uncomfortable because it's like, how do you actually respond to that when you come back to somewhere you grew up at and it's just totally different, you know what I'm saying?
That's similar to that's definitely similar to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of white people out there now. Like, you go over there and think everything is sweet, and then you might hit one wrong corner, and then you be like, "Whoa, let me go back to where I just came from."
Yeah. So it was just more like just growing up out there, man. It just taught me a lot, man. Just how to survive. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
That's like one of the favorite lines of what Ice Cube say, you know, how to survive in South Central.
Yeah.
And it's really California will really teach you how to survive out there, bro. It's no gray area, man. It's either this or that. So,
I understand.
So
I
yeah,
can
so
relate.
just being from Los Angeles, California, growing up in South Central, man, you know, since I was young, and I appreciate the experiences I had in that neighborhood, though.
Shout out to South Central. Shout out to every brother that's trying to still make it out of South Central. Shout out to the whole LA. Being from the East Coast, I'm a little bit biased because, you know, it's kind of a bad flavor in our mouth about how a lot of brothers from our side of town go over there and they get bodied by the brothers out there, but that's another topic. With that being said, so you mentioned how it taught you how to survive, right? So like when you were younger growing up in South Central, what was like your aspirations and all that? And did you have any inspiration or motivation from others, or was it self, you know what I'm saying, motivated, or what?
Well, you know, at the time, I looked up to the gang members up there. A lot of the big homies, a lot of the OGs, and, you know, they used to instill things in us as like, you know, stay out the streets and go to school, don't be doing drugs.
That's dope.
Stay focused on your books and stuff like that.
Amen to that.
It was very important. It was very important to like really understand what they was trying to instill into us in their own community, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of people think that gangbangers are bad, but, you know, as some of the OGs, as they get older, they start to view life a little different. So they see the next generation coming up. So a lot of mistakes they made.
Try to help
the next generation to like, hey, don't make these mistakes. If you make these mistakes, this is where you're going to end up at. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be dead or in jail. And I think that it was a saying that it's a thing in the black community, like, you know, try to survive, trying to make it until you're 18. A lot of people don't get a chance to see 18. So that was my mental growing up, man. I was like 14 years old listening to OG tell me this, and, you know, and I'm just like, shit, like, I got to make it till I'm 18. I got to at least get till I'm 18, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit's hard, man. And so, like, you always stay in that survival mode, and it kind of stays with you even as an adult, you know what I'm saying? Kind of stays with you because certain things that you remember growing up, you're like, man, this is how I'm going to get to the bottom line of things and trying to survive and want to provide for myself and just make it in life, you know? So
one of them OGs was like, one of them was a barber, or they kind of instilled in you to be an entrepreneur, or this was something that you gained along your travels in life, or?
No, it was just, you know, it was just one of those. It was one of the OGs that was just love talking to the community, love talking to the young guys, because I used to play at the park at Jim Gilliam. So I used to play a lot at Jim Gilliam, and I used to hang with a lot of my basketball friends. So basketball was actually my first love. Like, I played basketball, so I was more inspired to like try to get to college, get to the NBA, you know what I'm saying, go or at least play overseas. So that was like really my main focus. It was just basketball, trying to go to school, go to college. You know what I'm saying?
I thought this nigga would be a football player. He said basketball.
Yeah. I mean, I'm older now, so, you know, I kind of like picked on weight and stuff too. But
I need to refill in a minute.
So that was the thing, just being in California, man.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that much about you, so I'm glad you shared that, brother. I appreciate that. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know like the details. You know, that's dope though.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So. I got a few questions, you know, I gotta be on point. So what actually brought you to Houston? Like, were you already thinking about coming to Houston? Did you have family in Houston? Like, did you meet a chick on POF in Houston? Like,
that nigga said POF.
Yeah,
fish, huh?
Yeah. I know a little bit about that. But I'm married now. I'm happily married now.
Yeah, nigga, stay married, nigga.
That's a fact.
Nah, damn, what brought me to Houston? Where I start? Well, actually, I went from LA to New Orleans.
Oh shoot!
So I went to New Orleans first.
That food out there is amazing. Shout out to y'all niggas in New Orleans, bro.
Yeah, so I went to I was in New Orleans first, and then I moved to Houston. Then I moved to Texas. I was moved to East Texas.
Okay. So
Yeah, yes.
New Orleans to East Texas. Okay.
Yeah. I was on a basketball scholarship to Xavier. So when I was playing basketball there, I left Xavier. Then I ended up going.
I did not know he played for Xavier.
Yeah.
Shout out to David West.
No, not that one. The one in New Orleans.
Oh shoot!
Hey, I was finna let that shit ride for a second. When you said David West, they would have searched my name like, man, that nigga lying.
Bruh.
My bad.
That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't know Tulane was in New Orleans, right?
Tulane, yeah,
Tulane,
Tulane.
yeah.
Yeah, Tulane's in New Orleans. Yeah, I used to go up there and study at night a lot of times when I had like tests and like, book reviews and stuff. So I used to go to Tulane.
Okay.
And I used to go up there and study a lot. So I went to New Orleans. I went there for a little bit, and then I ended up going to Wiley. Wiley College is HBCU, so I went there and finished up and got my degree.
And
got my degree in criminal justice. No, I'm tripping. That's my minor. I got my minor in criminal justice. I got my degree in sociology.
oh shit, this nigga CIA, y'all. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
So yeah, I got it in sociology.
All right. So right now, y'all, we talking to my man H, the best barber in Texas. I would say the best barber in the world. He got some competition in Harlem, though, and in downtown Brooklyn. But that's my guy. And we got to pay some bills. So when we come right back after these messages, we're going to get back to this podcast with my man H. You already know what it is. It's the Medlock's podcast. Let's do it. Check this out. You want to get that lineup sharpened, you want to get that fade popping, or you just need that fresh cut for the weekend? Holla at H3 Dimensions Barbershop. That's H3 Dimensions Barbershop, where you're going to get 3 dimensions of barbering. That's technique, that's professionalism, and that's branding. Tell them Locke sent you. They're going to roll out the red carpet for you. That's H3 Dimensions Barbershop, located on 12440 Oxford Park Drive. That's 12440 Oxford Park Drive.
Another Hood Fibers classic.
You already know what it is. We back. It's the Medlock's podcast. And we got the best barber in Texas right now. Like I said, I put my house on it. I put the kids on it. With that being said, though,
How's baby boy doing, man?
yeah, man, shout yo, that video when you cut in my son Devon's hair, he was what, 1.5? That I think that did like 80K.
It did 80K views.
I think it did 80K.
On TikTok?
Yeah, nah, on Instagram.
For real?
Instagram stories, 80K. Facts. And everybody was, I had a few people say like, well, you ain't supposed to give baby no hairline. I'm like, I can't wait till we blow up.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like what today's society is, man. It's like everybody has an opinion about everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we all understand like whatever we put out there is gonna get critiqued. But if you ain't got nothing nice to say, keep that shit to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody gives a fuck about how you feel about if a kid should have a hairline. That's their children.
Yeah, that's my child. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what my son's supposed to have? I'm my son shit to be laced.
Yeah, that's your child. So it's just like that shit is annoying though, man. It's so annoying. But that's the world we live in now. You know what I'm saying? Like people try to change your mind instead of like allowing you to make your own decision. So that's why like I don't put too much of my kids on there to be critiqued because I'm gonna take it differently. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have kids, man, that's a sensitive spot for any parent. You know what I'm saying? For like people attacking your kid or have an opinion, and you don't like that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we don't say anything with other cultures shave the baby's head bald. You know what I'm saying? Or do certain things that's for their culture. Like
right. That's
just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what they believe in. And black children, shit, we want kids to have their hairlines. You know what I'm saying? So.
and bring your child
to
H3 Dimensions Barbershop.
Yeah.
You feel me? Give them the address.
The address is 12440 Oxford Park Drive, Houston, Texas, 77082, Suite C107, 3 Dimensions Barbershop.
You already know what it is. To get down here ASAP. Get your lineup if you're in the Texas area. If you're in Houston, come to H3 Barbershop.
Yeah.
I want to know, what's your favorite cut?
What's my favorite cut?
What's your favorite? Like, you know, when you do this cut, everybody's gonna love it no matter what.
My favorite cut. I have a lot of favorite cuts, man. I think it's based off the texture of the hair and how I want to cut it.
He's a real hustler.
So like, I would say a taper with a faded beard. It's either a taper with a faded beard or a mid fade with the faded beard. It's one of my favorite cuts.
How you think I look with a faded beard? When you say faded beard, you talking about the sideburn part, or you talking about
like
just
faded
this
beard,
part,
like
right?
the beard, yeah. Like,
okay.
Like coming down into the.
How you be doing my shit?
Yeah.
I bet. So sidebar, y'all. I came wolfed out to do this interview on purpose because he gonna give me a cut, and I'm gonna show y'all the before and the after, because I stand on what I'm saying about how I feel he's the best. So we're gonna show y'all the clip of me after I get the cut right now. Yeah, so y'all already know what it is. Like I said, my homie laced me. Y'all come shop here, support. We're gonna have part 2 coming soon, so y'all stay tuned. You already know what it is. It's the Medlock Show. 3 Dimensions Barbershop. It's official. So anyway, with that being said, I feel as though barbers nowadays, right, they starting to just trying to get a check. So it's a way to get some income, which I can't knock the hustle, but I feel like there's certain barbers that you know, they really do this, they really care about it, and they really want their clients to look good.
Yeah.
And they take pride in their work.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that you are. That's something that you exemplify. Now you said you like the taper beard, the faded beard, and the taper fade. So the clippers for that is the you use the T-liners for that?
Yeah, I use the T-liners, or I use my masters, or fast feeds, or my octanes. Yeah, so I use those particular clippers. I don't really buy too many clippers. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand like the buyer's market. Like I understand that clippers are always resurfacing. So like just like different ones and new ones. So I just try to make sure that I stick with the ones that actually works for me. And it just kind of keep me from like venturing off trying new clippers, and I gotta readjust my eye to it, my hand and eye motion to it, get a good feel. I don't want to do that. So you know, that's just like having a car. So if you keep a car for a very long time, it's because you kept up with it. You kept the maintenance up with it. You know what I'm saying? You're making sure you got the oil change and you got the filters and all that stuff, the timing belt. You took care of the maintenance parts. That's what actually keeps a car going. So it's just like a clipper. Just have to make sure that you keep the maintenance and everything going, so your clippers can last a very, very long time.
Facts. I bought some clippers from you, some trimmers, and I think it's time to get that maintenance in, so I'll probably have to bring them into you.
Yeah. You just have to make sure that you oil them. And
I
just
got
don't
the
keep
little
them.
spray.
Yeah, just don't keep them under the sink in the shower.
That's why that shit do that. That's why I'm like, yo, every time I get new clippers over time, they start doing. It's because I got them underneath the sink. That's exactly where they at. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Well, we're gonna continue on. I got a lot of stuff I want to ask. You know, I want to get into the business aspect, because I remember I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I said how I met him in about 2016, and I seen him in his growth. When I'm talking about the growth, y'all, I'm talking about the brother was in something I've never seen before. So they called it a salon park. It was like a building with multiple rooms, and in each room you might have nail tech, you might have eyelash tech, you might have a barber. He had one chair, one sink, and now as you can see, we have multiple chairs, we got multiple barbers. You know, we got good vibes. We got plenty of TVs. Give us a little bit about the growth, bro. Like how you know, set your mind on the goal was to be here, and you started from where I first met you at one chair, one sink.
One chair, one sink.
Facts.
All right, so how did I start at everything, man? It was a long grind though, man, because I used to work in the refineries, and so I do have my master's degree, so I was getting my master's while I was.
Shout out to that.
Yeah. So I got my master's degree while I was working in the oil field, working in the refineries actually. So while I was doing that, I would kind of like got tired of like applying for jobs, man. Like the job I was working, man, I was away from my kid a lot, you know what I'm saying? Baby Harold was actually born at that time, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, okay.
And so he was young at the time, so I was away from him a lot, so I didn't want to be away from my son, you know what I'm saying? So I got kind of tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made a decision one day. We had like a team staffing meeting. Mm-hmm. And I just told myself, like, this is not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that a lot when brothers, when they hit that part, that's when they climax.
So I was like, man, this is exactly this ain't for me. I don't see myself working for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is that I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I got fired from like damn near almost all my fucking jobs. Like, cause I just didn't have the mindset of working for somebody.
I ain't mad at that,
it's like,
bro. I ain't mad at that at all.
Yeah, like, cause you get paid very, very minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it all depends on what field you go into, and I definitely understand that. But like, you know, the pressure of trying to succeed and just be successful, and you know what you want for yourself, mm-hmm. and you have this vision in your head that you visualize every day, mm-hmm. every day you wake up, because you know at some point basketball is not going to be there, you know mm-hmm. what I'm saying, for me. So I had to come to realization, like, okay, so what's after basketball? So all of that led me into cutting hair, and I actually started cutting hair when I was at Xavier.
Oh, okay.
I really started like cutting hair when I was at Xavier University.
So you was just freestyling shit.
Yeah, I was actually.
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
You was charging?
Yeah, I was charging.
And freestyle at the same time?
So I was charging $8 for a haircut and
you can't beat that.
Look, it was $8 for a haircut and it was $2 extra for a razor line. So I was charging $10. And this was when I was at Xavier. So it's funny though because my homeboy Kalechi, I call him KC. So shout out to my boy KC.
Shout out to KC. What's good, bro?
Doctor and everything, you know, orthopedic surgeon.
That's yeah.
So I was actually doing that, and I used to have this. I had this little. It's like this travel bag. I had this travel bag with me, and it had my name on it. So I used to keep my clippers, my cape, and I used to keep a couple blades, a couple mm-hmm. razors or whatnot. And I used to go cut in the freshman dorm. So I used to go cut in the freshman dorm, and when I was doing that, I walk across campus after basketball practice. I walk across campus, and the basketball team would see me. They say, "You finna go to work?" I said, "Hell yeah, finna make this money in the freshman dorm." Yeah. So I would come out there, bust out about $100. You know what I'm saying? And that shit took me a long way. This is around 2007, 2000. This is 2008.
Okay.
Going into 2009, this one Barack Obama was elected president. Yeah,
I was in Baghdad, Iraq at that time.
Yeah. So Barack Obama was actually president around that time too. So when I was at Xavier. So yeah, so that's how I actually started like cutting hair. Wow. And I had the passion because I had my own business cards when I was actually in college. I made my own business cards.
You went to Vistaprint?
No, I didn't go to Vistaprint. I had somebody at the school make them for me.
Oh, that's dope.
One of the students, his name was Smoke. His name was, what's his name? I think his name was Christopher. I think his last name was Harvey. His last name was Harvey though, but my boy Harvey, we call him Smoke, right? That nigga got so much hops, bro. Like, he dunks so motherfucking hard, bro. He a country nigga too though, from Louisiana. I remember he told me he snapped the dog's neck, bro. Pit bull, nigga. I'm like, damn, bro, you country as hell.
Yeah, that's some country shit.
Yeah.
That's like niggas that eat raccoon and shit. We love everybody. I'm just saying that's some country shit, though.
Nah, so he actually, he was actually he actually made the business card for me because I didn't know how to do it. So I asked him. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'll do it for you." You know what I'm saying? I think his name's Christopher Harvey, though. I think his name Christopher Harvey.
Shout out to Smoke.
Yeah, but we call him Smoke. So he actually made the business card for me, and we were trying to figure out a slogan, right? So the slogan was, I still remember it too, a man only looks as good as his haircut. So that was the slogan. A man only looks as good as his haircut. So make sure you motherfuckers don't try to steal that shit, because I LLC your ass quick.
It's already trademarked. You feel me?
So yeah, so a man, I don't really care about it, but niggas know it's coming from me. So a man only looked as good as his haircut, and when he did that, I said, "Damn, bro, it's very, very true." Because a man only looks as good as his haircut. He doesn't. He looks like shit. Like, ain't no offense, you look like shit right now. So
niggas look borderline homeless. And shorty would be like, "Nigga, please, you got a haircut though?" Nigga be like, "Hey, girl, listen."
Yeah. So it was. So fast forward. So once I learned how to do that, when I started in New Orleans, I went all the way to Texas, and that's when I just kept on with the craft. I kept on going. I kept on going. And I used to have these conversations with my kid's mom at the time we was together. I was just like, man, I really want to open up a barbershop. And because I already knew, like, I'm very, very determined, ambition. Like, I'm very, very disciplined when I need to be. Like,
you are.
Like, if I need to be disciplined on certain, I need to accomplish it, I will lock down and shut everything off. I don't care about society at the moment.
He said he was going to work out. Every time I see this man IG story, he in the gym.
Yeah.
Every time I see this man's story, he in the gym.
Yeah.
I told him, "Yo, you making me motivated. I'm gonna do it too." I did a good week or so, and it was like back to the drawing board.
Yeah. That's the goal, man. Like, you know, just being a business owner, like, I want to inspire people, man. And I think that's a natural gift for me, is to inspire the next, you know, so anybody that's close to me, like, I want to inspire you to do something better for yourself. And I think that's just me, of like holding other people accountable. That's in my circle. And I think you shouldn't hang around people that you can't hold each other accountable for trying to grow and making mistakes and learning from it and moving forward with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great quality of a black man, is to hold each other accountable within your own circle.
Amen to that.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like, when I was actually going into the business aspect, man, it was a very, very scary road for me, because I knew the amount of money that I had to save up. So once I got to Wiley and I was actually cutting, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I knew, because I wanted to play basketball at Ireland. I wanted to play basketball in Ireland because my boy, Maurice Wood, he's actually, he from Philly. He actually was trying to get me on with one of his guys, but I ended up having a kid. And that's when Baby Harold actually came around 2011. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to work and do what I need to do. And that's how I got into the oil field. And that's when I decided to like say, like, man, you know what, I'm just going to go full-time barbering, and this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to make a living off of cutting hair, because I knew I was getting better each year. I was getting better each year. So I kind of told myself, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to go like 110% at this shit. Like, I'm finna outwork everybody that's around me. I'm finna come in and do something different. I'm not finna just be coming in just being an average ass barber and just cut hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be that. So I already had a vision. And so once I did that, I went to barber school. I went to Texas Barber College, and shit, that's all she wrote from there. Like, I was at barber school every day.
And you was there early and all that.
I was there. The latest I ever came to barber school was 9 o'clock.
How many hours is that? 8 hours? 6 hours?
I did 8 hours. They was open from, I think, 8 to 8. They was open from 8 to 8. They had a 12-hour shift. So that was a blessing, because just to backtrack a little bit, when I went to East Texas Barber College, I was going there in East Texas while I was when I finished school at Wiley.
Okay.
So I already had like 150 hours of credit. So I ended up leaving though. So I couldn't pay for it. I lost my job at the time. I was doing janitorial work and stuff too at the same time. So I was just like, cool, you know, I'll just transfer those hours, because I knew I needed to get the job done quicker. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I ended up going to Texas Barber College, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go hard. I'm just gonna go hard in the paint, and and then look back. And I told my kid's mom at the time, she was working for the state, and so when I told her I quit the job,
she probably balked on you.
Nah, she didn't. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. She was very supportive of it. Shout out to my kid's mom.
Shout out to yes. Because a lot of BMs be on some other shit, but when they support you, that's great.
Yeah.
Every black man, you need that rock behind you to help you. Yeah.
So she actually, so I told her, I was like, look, I just need you to, cover the rent for like 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I'd be like, baby, I could give you the 2.
Yeah. So it's crazy though, because I told her, I was like, look, I need you to cover the rent for like 6 months. You cover the rent for 6 months, then I'm gonna take care of everything else. Because I already was determined on what I had to do, and if I had to be up all night every day, that's what I had to do. And that's exactly what I had. That's exactly what I did. I went to barber school. I stayed there all day. I was like a sitting duck. I was like a sitting duck. And I came home at night. I recorded my videos. I was in barber school, so if anybody to check my my barber page, you can look at all the way at the bottom. And I was filming while I was in barber school. I was filming my videos and stuff. And this was what I'm gonna lead up to, like how I got like the business mindset. So once I actually learned how to like do my video editings and stuff like that, so I used to go home on my computer and I used to edit, and I usually would fall asleep editing.
This guy is official.
So that's exactly what I was doing.
You had a Mac?
I had a MacBook.
I knew he had a Mac. See, the first time this nigga cut my hair, I said, "This is my barber. That's it. I ain't fucking with nobody else out here." And I live far from him too, so. Yeah. I used to travel just to get a haircut. I still travel to get a haircut. It's like 45 minutes to come get a haircut? I still travel, bro. I live way out country, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I when I decided to go all in with barbering, I had saved up $12,000. And so that's when I got my equipment, my camera, I got my MacBook and everything, right? So once she was covering just the rent, I was, helping out with the other bills and stuff. And we had car insurance, we had daycare, so I had to take care of a little bit of that. But the rent was like, taking care of a lot. So and once I like start working and I was promoting myself every day. Like I was posting every day. Every day I was posting, and I remember I used to get like 15 likes, and then one time I may get like 30 likes, and I'd be actually happy that I made improvement. You know what I'm saying? And once I understand the analytics of Instagram, algorithms was a lot harder back then than it is now. Because remember, like it wasn't a lot. Everybody was getting equipped to it at the time. Everybody kind of didn't know. It was all picture taking, and then that's when what was that other company that came out first? Before Instagram?
Was Vine?
Vine was out before Instagram.
Vine was out before Instagram, and I think once they had like 15-second videos, and that little girl kind of went viral at the time. She's like, I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the Vine.
Oh, I ain't gonna do it for the Vine.
Yeah,
okay,
so
yeah.
once she blew up, that's when Instagram switched to the 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. So because they realized like, oh shit,
this is the new wave.
This is the new wave. So
they Instagram, y'all stay doing that shit. Y'all niggas take every new wave and just add it.
You got to though, you know what I'm saying? You got to cut off their competitors, you know what I'm saying? So and this is a competitive world. Like everybody's competing for something. While you got all these podcasts, you got everything going on. So it's like it's very important that you stay competitive. Like stop the nice guy shit. That shit is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be competitive and you got to, go hard at everything that you do. So in the midst of that, man, when it came to like the barbering aspect, man, I was just like very, very determined to like just get better. And once I started taking classes while I was in barber school, I was taking classes and I learned like these services and stuff. And just going to these classes, it kind of taught me like how to invest into myself and into my craft. And so that's what I did. And I started investing into my craft. And once I started investing everything else kind of like harvest for me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything just kind of like grew, and I was just like, man, everything was happening fast, and I was keeping up with it.
That's dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when I got into a barbershop, and then I got out the barbershop, then I moved into my suite. And that's when I met you, because I remember when I met you, you set an appointment for like 7 a.m. This is when I was working. Y'all used to work at 7 a.m. appointments, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you just got out the service around that time, or you was out for a couple years already.
Yeah, I had just moved down here. Yeah, I remember I think I had just caught a case when I met you, because I had probation and shit. And I was like,
yeah, you was going through it. I don't think he met you at the time.
Yeah, you wasn't in the picture yet, honey bun. Yeah.
He said honey bun.
Yeah, that's true. I knew this nigga longer than I know you.
Hey, but well, you funny. Nah, but that's definitely dope, man. So when I met you, I remember when you came in through the door and we was just talking, and you know, I think at the time you was like, yeah, man, you know, I was going to this other barber, man, and you know, this nigga was pushing my line back, and you know, he wouldn't show up a lot sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I think he was like very, very frustrated, but you was already going through stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so like I kind of understood that. And one thing I like to do, man, like, is communicate, you know what I'm saying? Communicate with my clients. If I'm doing this, if I'm doing that, or if you're going to be waiting, I like to communicate, you know what I'm saying? Because I know people got stuff to do. And so that's when, like, ever since you went there, man, it's just like you stuck around, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, since that time. So, you know, I definitely appreciate you, you know, supporting me through these years, bro.
No doubt. Me and my son, my newborn, Devon, we all gonna rock with you, bro. For real.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And I want everybody to see what's going on out here, bro, because your story is amazing. Like I said, I had to, once I got everything together, I said we're gonna put my man H on blast, and this is black excellence. When you hear Diddy and my brothers from Earn Your Leisure, and you know, just all the brothers, right? It's like a wave it's an influx of people teaching and having courses, and entrepreneurship is blowing up. Before all that got popping, this brother I witnessed his journey doing it. You had mentioned staying competitive, and I wanted to ask, like, you don't just cut hair, you actually diversified your services, and I know that right there makes you stand above the rest and keep you competitive as well. Give everybody like a rundown of what all y'all do within this establishment, bro, so they could kind of see what we do over here.
All right, so the first thing we do is that shit full. So the first thing we do is we talk about understanding your baseline timing behind the chair. Baseline timing behind the chair is basically we talk about how to manage your time.
Okay.
Manage your time, because have you been to a barber that just had you in the chair longer than what you expected?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you got somewhere at 12 and you made a 10 o'clock appointment, but you don't get out till 11:30, that's cutting into your driving time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we always focus on baseline timing, just being strategic behind the chair, being prompt, being professional at all times, and making sure that you're answering the phone in a respectful manner, because you just never know who's going to answer, who's going to call, and how you answer the phone is basically a way of welcoming them into your shop without even knowing who it is. You know what I'm saying? And we focus on hair cutting, we focus on shear cutting, we focus on skin care. You know, a lot of black men, we deal with bumps and razor bumps, because you might run into a client that just like to shave at home. So we'll give them the proper techniques on how to shave at home for yourself, just in case if you can't make it to the barbershop. So we actually like to educate our clients on certain things and certain problems. So we give them the solution to the problem, so they be able to solve them when they're at home, because you know, we're only available during working hours. So those times that we're not available, you'll know what to do based off the information that the barber actually gave to you. So we focus on those things, and we focus on skincare. a lot of black men. I love focusing on the aspect of, not even just the aspect of, just like focusing on men's care, because a lot of men, they don't groom themselves as often as the women do. Women take good care of their skin, and that's how they look. Because I used to think going to the nail salon was
some
gay.
faggot shit. Yeah. I fucks with it now though.
Yeah.
I ain't been in them, but I don't mind like grooming. Yeah, that's nigga ashy and all that. But at the end of the day, I don't mind going to get my shit nowadays.
Yeah. So like, just doing stuff like that, man. It was I didn't like it, like just going to the salon and stuff. So like, it kind of opened my mindset up a little bit, and just like, okay, cool, like that felt good. So now, when I go to certain spots and salons, I kind of see how they do it. You know what I'm saying? When I go get a facial, I want to see how the beginning process starts all the way to the ending. Excuse me.
Processes is everything.
Yeah. Then I can see
systems, and
then I can see how I can implement whatever the techniques that they use into my establishment. So we do facials, we do hydrotherapy, ball treatments. We do hot towel treatments. We do beard treatments. So it's a lot of stuff, man. Like, I'm definitely like proud the fact that I actually able to learn and able to teach these barbers, just how to make a lot of money behind the chair.
You do classes as well.
Yeah. I educate classes. So,
and you got cosmetic products. You consider that cosmetics products or just?
Yeah, I actually have a friend. Her name is SJ. I call her SJ, but her name is Senior Jennings. And she has a skincare line in California.
Okay.
And she actually, like, I buy her products and I use it for my classes.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she's black. It's black owned. So I definitely support her on her business and stuff too, though. So shout out to SJ.
Facts.
And Skinsation. Y'all can go.
Skinsation. Okay.
Yeah, Skinsation is she has a skincare line. She has a skincare line, so she focuses on
the skin.
The skin.
Is it mostly melanated or just anybody's skin?
Anyone's skin. She does it all. Like, she doesn't limit herself to anything. So you go in there, you're definitely gonna be taken care of all the time. So she's been growing, man, and I'm definitely proud of her, of how she grown as a business owner. And it's just crazy, man, because barbering I met so many different people in barbering, and it's dope to see people that you first met, and you just see them grow based off of having conversations on the phone and stuff, man. And I'm glad I was able to be a part of her journey. You know what I'm saying? And she's actually grown. So definitely.
Shout out to Skinsations. That's what it's about. I've actually got some beard oil. Like I said earlier, I've brought some clippers.
Yeah,
because you are the way your clippers are, like, I think you cut you cut some of the body, right?
Yeah.
To keep the blade free.
we call them skeleton clippers.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
everybody out there that's barbers, they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody has skeleton clippers. So that's exactly what that's the type of clippers that I have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we like to focus on the education part when it comes to the shop, and just being able to train them and understand how important it is to be the best barber behind that chair, and instill things into them to where once they leave the shop and they go on to their own business, I know I've done my job as a shop owner to see them grow, you know what I'm saying, as a black man, and being able to have their own business themselves, because we all need a stepping stone from somebody to help us get where we need to get to.
Absolutely.
Because one thing I've learned too, though, you can't do everything on your own. And sometimes doing everything on your own can set you back a very long time, because you're not allowing people to give you what you need to help you get to the next level.
That's a bar. That's a bar. I don't got the sound effect for that, but that's a bar. I wish I had a bomb or something, but that's a bar. I was actually gonna ask you, because on our platform, right, we try to showcase black love, obviously, and also just black fun, just us having fun as a couple and things of that nature, and highlight other brothers and sisters that's doing their thing in entrepreneurship. I wanted to ask you, as a shop owner, like, obviously there's gonna be pitfalls, right? So if there's a brother out there, a sister out there that want to start her business in skin care or hair care, what are some of the pitfalls that you would tell them to watch out for? Like, I know that your mentorship may cost by the hour, but it's give them like 1 or 2 little gems.
Well, the things to look out for, it's kind of hard to say what to look out for because everybody's experience is different.
Okay.
And I think it's important to give them the right advice versus telling them what to look out for.
The right advice is okay.
Because I can, because we all move by negativity. We all move by it. So like, if I had known you would start your podcast, right, and I was just a Joe off the street, and I tell you like, yeah, man, but everybody got that, and this and this and that. Like, I don't think you should do that. Mm-hmm. That's already negative that I'm feeding it to
off
you.
The rip.
And so like, whatever I might give to them,
you can shut my dreams down early.
And some people may take it that way. So it's not the fact that I'm trying to shoot your dreams down. I think anybody that wants to start a business, man, I think if how to go about it, man, just make sure you just get an LLC for one, and just make sure you open up your business account. And then once you do those 2 things, I think everything else will be fine. And just go through your experience, go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Trust
the process.
Trust your own process. Like, I had to trust my own process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't always have it figured out. And I think sometimes, we get scared by our own upbringings and stuff that we trying to accomplish, and we get scared. But if it don't scare you, then it ain't worth doing it.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? If it doesn't scare you,
that shit, bro.
No, that's real though. Like, open up the shop was scared. You know what I'm saying? I had literally like $8,000 in my account when I first opened up the shop. So I was sitting like, damn, man, I done spent all this damn money on this shop, and I got all these damn barbers. Like, I need to get a motherfucking return. That's the mindset. But I immediately had to change that, because if you make it more about the money, you will lose the vision of the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people focus too much on the money instead of focusing on the brand, and the money gonna come.
Yeah, the money will come. Focus on that brand. Yeah,
focus on the brand. Like, I look at other companies and stuff. So watch other companies, how they market, how they put their brand on cups, tissues, stuff like that. You go to bars. Like, a lot of times I don't just go to bar just to sit in there. Like, I kind of look at the ambiance and how
you be at some fly shit.
Yeah. I like nice shit.
You gotta
though.
watch his stories. He go from the gym. He might have the kids show a couple cuts, and then the nigga has some lounge, dim lights, fireplaces, drinks on fire, all kind of crazy shit. Yeah.
So, just to do your question is just like,
with the what's the hat you be having?
My fedora hat.
Yeah.
That nigga be watching.
It's funny. I be watching. I'm not a groupie. I'm just inspired and motivated. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just, let's take the time out to give you your flowers right now, right? So, I've been talking to my children about you, bro. I don't think I've ever told you that, but it's real, because it's like, I come from a place where it's like, either you sling a crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. And that's real talk, bro. Yeah. So, and music as well. Yeah. But to see you, and like I said, to see where you've come from, for what I know, it just is, it's so motivational. So I tell my son, I say, yo, remember we used to go to H? You see where you at now, right? Yeah. You see how, I'm like, you got to watch that. You got to understand that, you need to look at that as an influence. And I'm his father, to him, look at the next nigga. Yeah. But
that takes a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes a lot to let your son know, like, I want you to look at this person. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your lane as a man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times you got to come to the realization, like, it's certain things that I might not know that I know someone else can give you. You know what I'm saying? That's what a leader does, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be certain things you'd be like, okay, well, I don't know this, so I know a person that does know it, so I'm gonna introduce you to him.
And we need to do that more. As people, we need to do that more.
Yeah.
And information as well. Don't be scared to share information. And, you know, yeah, because a lot of people I want to hold this to myself because I don't want no. It's so much money being printed. We all could be billionaires.
Yeah. I'm very, I think for me, like, I'm very strategic on who I give information to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, everybody doesn't value information how you value it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I always say, like, if they ain't paying for it, they're not going to appreciate it.
That's deep.
And sometimes, like, I can give a person some information, but they're not going to take it.
They pay for it, they're going to take it.
They're going to take it. You know why? Because it's a self-investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that, okay, like, I pay for this, and I need to utilize this information that I got. And not all people do. Not all people, you know, do that, but it's a lot of people that don't use the information that's given to them. So I do that a lot in the barber industry because I want them to understand, like, if you really want to get to the next level, you got to invest.
Mm-hmm.
You don't expect people to just give you stuff and just think that it's just okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just gonna, like, I ain't worked all this time on getting all this information. Why would I want to give it to you for free?
Yeah, like, you put in work for that. You put in pain for that.
Yeah. So to anybody that's out there that's trying to be a shop owner, man, just always make sure you invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that it's a process and that you're going to grow. You're going to go through the good and the bad and the ugly. And you got to stick it through because that's the only way is to see it through. And the only time that you may feel that it's not worth it is the reason why you got to keep going. Like,
you said the only time you feel like it's not worth it, that's the reason you keep going?
The reason you keep going is because you might have those down moments where you feel like this shit ain't worth it no more. And that should give you a reason because it's a moment that you're self-reflecting.
That
like
breakthrough.
And so, like, to be honest with you, like, so when I was going through a lot at the time, right? So I remember one day that I was in here sweeping and I had a lot of, I was self-reflecting on a lot of things that I was going through. And it broke me down because I felt like, man, I've been helping people get to this level, get to that. And it just set in, and I was saying to myself, like, man, I don't even want to do this shit no more.
Damn, I ain't know that.
Yeah. So I told myself, I was like, man, I don't even want to do this shit no more. Like, I've helped people, I've done this, and you want to make sure that you're getting a return on what you do. But that's just me going through shit, you know what I'm saying, at the time. So I was just like, you know what, man? I was like, fuck this shit, man. I don't even want to do this shit no more. And I was talking to my homies about it, and they was like, man, it was like, bro, like, man, you inspired me to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? You inspired me to do a business. You inspired me to do this and that. And I didn't even know that at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's emotional for me, you know what I'm saying? So, because it's like, you never know what you have. You never know what your gift is until somebody actually tell you, somebody express what you done for them. You know what I'm saying?
I've told you.
Like,
I've told you, bro.
Yeah, so, like, for real, like, you don't really know, but I don't look for it, though.
You don't?
I don't look for it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, anybody that gives me gratitude, it's always appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even get that shit from my own family. So anything, a stranger or somebody from
met,
yeah. So once I learned that, once I saw that,
that put the battery in you.
Yeah, it kind of gave me the reinsurance I needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what, like, this shit is worth it. Like, I need to go through this process and stop trying to run from it and find a way out, and and just find a way in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we try to find a way out instead of trying to find a way to fit in. And
I'm gonna get the sound effects, y'all. Promise you, I'm sorry, but next time I have one, that's real. I foresee, because that's one of my questions is that I know you pressed for time.
No, I'm not.
I was gonna say that I foresee this being even bigger though, like even bigger, like real talk, like even bigger, like What's the name of something that's out? Like it got somebody's name on it, right? But they in New York, they in LA, they in here. I can see his barbershops all over. He don't gotta be there.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But when I've been to barbershops, ain't nobody never put the hot towel on me.
Yeah.
They ain't had a machine to put the smoke on my face. I don't even know what the shit called. Niggas ain't have this nigga be using scrubs. Like you know how females be using scrubs? Like
yeah.
what is it? Like whatever that is, the scrubs and all that to make your skin smooth, kill a dead skin.
Scalp scrub, yeah.
Yeah, he be using scalp scrubs. I'm like, yo, you go to anybody else barbershop, bro, they not even on. Like he's here, and I feel like everybody else in this town or what have you, the city is kind of here, and I feel like it is not disrespect. It's just like, yo, look at that as, you know what, we need to step our game up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is.
Yeah. So that's definitely what it is, man. You know what I'm saying.
Shout out to all the barbers too. That's in the shop too, bro. Like
yeah. Shout out to my boy Ryan David.
Salute.
Shout out to Toby.
Salute.
Shout out to Ro.
Ro, salute, Ro. When this nigga went to Puerto Rico and Dominicana and Colombia and all this other shit, Ro held me down.
Yeah, shout out to Ro. Shout out to my boy Dontrell Pruitt, man. He's one of the new barbers here.
Okay.
He's been doing an outstanding job, man, just greeting the door and just being a vocalist as he is, man. And I definitely appreciate it, man. And shout out to Maya. She's a new stylist here. She does locks and braids.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she does a very good job too, man. And I think for me, I feel that, you know, having them here, man, it just gives me a lot more peace, man, because we all get along. You know what I'm saying? We all hang out with each other. Like right now, they out there bowling right now. Like
okay.
Yeah. So they out there bowling.
Okay.
Yeah. They bowling right now.
You in here working? All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
mad at that.
yeah. So they kind of like took over the shop, man, and they made it their shop. You know what I'm saying? And I think every great leader wants that, people that take the initiative. Like, treat this like this is yours, because when you get your own, you will know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just sit in the office or sit somewhere and just not try to learn. You know, I can't be nowhere if I ain't learning.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
We forever learning. Never gonna stop learning.
Yeah. Shout out to all the barbers at 3 Dimension Barbershop, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Everybody's nice here too.
And the stylists too. Shout out to
everybody's
the barbers and
nice.
the stylists.
I'm not talking about like nice as far as a person and characteristics. I'm talking about nice with talent and skills in barbering. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, they definitely doing their thing though, man. So it's very important that they actually, you know, doing their own thing, and they're growing in the shop and they're making money, and you know, they're enjoying their time together.
So I got a couple more questions. I wanted to ask you, what do you do to keep up with the trends and all that? For example, I don't know how often you was doing mohawks, right? But when the nigga Odell Beckham came out with his blonde mohawk, I'm sure it's a lot of brothers that came in here like, yo, I want that Odell Beckham, or what's my man Wiz Khalifa with the little blonde dot.
Yeah. No, that's
how do you?
Who had the blonde dot? Yeah,
that was Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. He started that, right? Or
I think him or Odell, one of them niggas started.
Odell
that
had
shit.
the blonde mohawk.
Yeah.
Wiz had the blonde little patch with the crazy
okay, yeah,
fro.
he did though. I did remember that. Yeah, Wiz did that. How I stay up with the trends, man, I just study social media.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just go up and down people's pages and I just study on how they do things, you know what I'm saying? Like understanding like what camera they're using. And so my camera that I got a Sony A3. So like, and I got a G Master lens. So I use those as my my quality of pics and stuff. So like keeping up with the trends and just understanding like the dynamics on how to get your algorithms up, and just using certain how I want to say like using the phone.
The phone is everything.
The phone is everything.
The phone is the computers.
So what I realized too is that if I get, instead of using one phone, I need to get two phones because I may like to do a lot of things with my other phone. So it will save a lot more memory in my actual phone.
This nigga look like Kevin Gates too.
So this nigga crazy. So like I would do that, you know, to help keep up with just like videos and picture taking and stuff like that, so I can post. And then it will allow me to keep up with the trends and keep up with the video editing. I think that's important, like for any business. You know what I'm saying? Like prime example, like you know how like you guys have a podcast, right? So it may be some valuable information that you may have interviewed somebody, right? Mm-hmm. That you can make a small clip for like 15, 20 seconds and you could put it on your reels, and whatever they're saying is valuable. People will tap into it and they be like, man, I want to go, I want to hear what you guys talking about. Where's the interview? Where's the full interview? And That's how you get your views up, because it's always small little clips. So if you think about, like you mentioned about Kanye earlier today, right? Kanye would do a 30-minute video and they would take out 1 minute of that video and make it, and they blow it out of proportion, right? Because everybody is so clickbait. So everybody make an opinion off of minimum information and they don't ever get the full story. And that's just what it is right now too, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it's at.
And that's a bad thing.
It's a very bad thing.
It's a very bad thing. And
I stopped arguing with you niggas on Twitter because it don't make no sense. Y'all only see the clip. Y'all don't even go to the actual source. Y'all just see the clip and take that.
I don't even like. I like to debate.
Me too.
Yeah, so rest in peace to my boy Kerry Davis, man.
Rest in peace to Kerry Davis.
Yeah, I think that's his last name. His name is Kerry. So he was I think it's Kerry Davis.
This nigga crazy. R.I.P. to Kerry. Put it that way.
My boy Kerry, man. He went to Wiley College, man. He like recently passed away, but
yeah. Rest in peace. Sorry about that. Rest in peace to my man Face, man. Yeah. This episode we're gonna salute Kerry and we're gonna salute Face. You know what I'm saying? My man Face, man. R.I.P. Face. Y'all already know what it is. Brownsville stand up. My fault, bro.
Nah, it's good. So the thing is with him, you know what I'm saying? We would always have these debates about Eminem and Nas and stuff like that. This when we was at Wiley College. And he was like, man, you should be a debater, man. And I was like, man, hell no. I don't want to be no debater. You know, he said, nah, bro, because you be making valid points. And I think it would be something that you don't even know that you, a skill that you got, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, man, but that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me, but I just know how to, I go straight to the point. Like, I feel like if you give a person too much information, they'll lose it. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always want to get straight to the point. And I do that with my classes.
Oh, know? Word?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I get straight to the point. Like, I feel like, even when we all went to school, man, we be like, I'm not about to read all this shit.
Just get to this shit. Yeah, get to what you want me to know for the test,
So sometimes we may just skim through that shit and just find like key words into it and be like, okay, it makes sense, and I may read this small paragraph and that'll give me the answer. But that's just how shit is now, you know what I'm saying? People don't have time to like sit there and read though. But yeah, I don't argue with people, man. I'd rather debate, because argument sounds like a deflection, you know what I'm saying?
What Jay said, don't argue with fools because people from afar can't tell who is who.
Yep, they can't, man. And that's just the way the world is, man. And I think it's just a different world now, man. We in a different world, different time, different mentalities. It's like men against women now. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of that
Kevin
shit.
Samuels.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels was the big OG, man. Like,
he was keeping it a buck.
Yeah, I actually I liked a lot of the stuff that he said, man. And I don't think, a lot of shit he said was just off the wall, but he ain't perfect.
Ain't nobody perfect.
He ain't perfect. I ain't perfect, man. I tell a lot of barbers this, man. Like, if you try to be perfect, man, that shit don't even exist.
You trying to do something that don't
exist.
Because
because think about it though, if we was perfect, how would you grow if you was perfect? Just think about that.
Right where
you're gonna stay right where you at. So all you doing is really making progress. That's all you really doing is making more progress after progress after progress after progress. You're really not going to be perfect at all.
Well, speaking of progress, I'm going to end it on this. Progression of your shop and what you're trying to do, is it going to just be, I don't even want to speculate. Going forward, where do you see your brand, the shop, maybe multiple shops, maybe just give us what you foresee in the future for your brand.
I want to have a number of, I want to have 3 shops. That'd be my 3 dimensions. I want to have 3 shops. So, your first one is always the hardest one. And once you understand that, and then you'll get to that second one, then the third one will be easier. But I do want to have 3 shops. That's all I really want is 3 shops. Like, it's not a limitation. I just know I'm not trying to bite off more than I can chew. But at some point, I will allow other people to invest into the business to where they can use my name and they can open up somewhere else. And I get a license the name and get a certain percentage off of what the income is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So is that gonna be all in this state, or are you trying to go back home, or like where you just?
I thought about going back home, but honestly though, I don't think I would though, because the market is bad out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much going on, man. It's a different world out there in California, especially in LA. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the poverty rate is real high out there.
R.I.P. to PNB Rock too.
Yeah. Shout out to him too, man. It's an unfortunate situation, man, and we got to change that. We so quick to blame everybody else, but not ourselves.
That's
what I'm saying?
Topic.
Yeah. So, but I do plan on having multiple barbershops, but I think one of my biggest goals is to go on a tour. I will be looking forward to going on a tour, to advanced barber systems and understanding, helping barbers around the world to really enhance their craft. And once they learn how to enhance their craft, man, and learn the certain dynamics of how to become a better barber, I think that's what I'm gonna really focus on, because I think barbers, they missing a lot of information because they've been misinformed as far as cutting hella fast, but they don't have any value behind the chair. They're not taking their time. They overspraying, they overusing. They got way too much products. They got way too much. They got way too many tools behind the chair. There's just a lot of stuff going on that they need to be informed on, because that's the only way that they're gonna be able to succeed behind that chair. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to go on a tour. I want to do a 10-city tour. You know what I'm saying? Go to 10 cities.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have a lot more support. You have a lot of support, I think, too, and make it bigger than kind of like Rolling Loud, or these different conventions they have and stuff like Dr. Boyce Watkins and Claude Anderson and Dr. Claude Anderson and all that.
Yeah. And I think that's one of my biggest goals, man. And tours and going to these shows. And I told my stylist and my barbers, I was just like, look, if they got shows going on in the same weekend that we doing, I'm going to send y'all out there and we're going to go to the other one. And that's how you spread your brand. Because I might be in Connecticut and it's a big barber event in New York, or not even New York, let's say in Atlanta. And they'd be like, H, man, you coming to the Atlanta one? I said, nah, but I got 2 barbers that's already down there, so you can whatever products you want from them, whatever products you want from me, you can get it from them too. And
then y'all bring all information back to one another as well.
Yeah. So that's my vision, man. I don't care if it's they independent contractors. I don't care, man. But I think I want to put them through that experience, because it opened their eyes, opened their vision, and allows them to see things on how they want to do things as a barber and as a boss. You know what I'm saying?
Boss up, y'all.
Yeah, and that's very important, man. Just to make sure that the people around you is growing. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. And next year, 23, that's the vision, that's the goal. just staying relentless, man, through the whole process.
That's what's up. I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
I foresee that for you. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're gonna wrap it up. Give them the handle, give them the address, the phone number, everything, so that way when they hear this, they see this, they're coming to the town. You better come to H3. H3 Dimensions Barbershop. Y'all already know what it is. Houston, Texas. I'm gonna let you have it, bro. Let them know what it is.
What you say? You want me to?
Give them the IG handle so they can see the work.
Okay. So,
and the address.
So you can follow me at H3 Dimensions. You can follow me there. You can go to www.h3dimensions.com. So if you need any beard wash, you need any clippers, modifications on your blades, you can go there, and I definitely will take care of you on that aspect. You can definitely inbox me if you got any questions, if you need a haircut, grooming, consultations, whatever it is that you need, considering your skin or your scalp or your hair or any type of professional services that you need, especially men. You can definitely inbox us. We're definitely located again at 12440 Oxford Park Drive, Houston, Texas 77082 Suite C107. Is right there by what's the elementary school right there?
Shit, I don't know.
Buddawig. You can, Buddawig. So it's right across the street from
right
Buddawig.
off Westheimer behind Fitness Connection.
Yeah,
Fitness Connection? Yeah, Fitness Connection and all that. Yeah.
In AutoZone. So yeah, man, just so if you guys out there, you know what I'm saying, just come check us out. We do walk-ins. We're not the average barbershop, so I'm just letting you guys know.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we don't play when it comes to pricing, because
you get what you pay for, though.
You definitely get what you pay for, man. This ain't no poor man's shop. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate you, bro.
For real.
I just want to say thank you on behalf of me and my half, the Medlock's podcast, for embracing us and joining us and helping us to continue with our platform. And like I said, y'all, I stand by what I said. Best barber in Texas. I put the house on it. You already know what it is. It's the Medlock's podcast. We got my man H in the building. H3 Dimensions Barbershop, Houston, Texas. More coming soon, 2023. You already know what it is. We out.